Hi there, and welcome to the NLP Tips, Techniques, and Articles blog. This is my second video blog installment. My name is Joseph Takuski. Welcome to my home. Today we're going to talk about the NLP technique called chunking, and we're going to learn what chunking is. We're going to learn how it can benefit you and why you would want to get really good at chunking. There's a special bonus. I'm going to teach you how to unlock your internal genius and what that has to do with chunking. And I'm going to show you how you can get really good at chunking. So what is chunking? Well, when we talk about chunking, we're referring to the chunk size of information. Some people like to have finer details. They like to get into the details, and some people even micro chunk. They get into the finest detail that they possibly can. And some people like to have the bigger picture. They like to talk more about what's the purpose of this and where are we going with this and things like that. And so the first benefit and why you would want to get really good at chunking is for communication. It can help you to communicate with people more clearly, and it can also help people to possibly buy into your ideas and increase rapport. I don't know if you've ever talked to somebody and they just prattled on and got into the most minute details, like, I got up and I brushed my hair and then I unlocked the door and then I did all this. Well, they're talking in really small chunk sizes, and for a lot of people it's too small and it's not to the point of the conversation, and they lose rapport when they're talking to people. You might have even found yourself looking off, or even worse, starting to do something different while you're supposed to be having this conversation with this person. And vice versa, you could be one of those people who likes more detail and is talking to someone who's talking so generally, you have no idea what they're talking about. They're not giving you the what, when, where, why, and how of whatever it is that you're talking about, and you're just not giving them enough information, so they get frustrated because they don't understand what you're trying to communicate. So chunking is vital for communication. The best part is you're already doing it. It's just becoming aware of how you're doing it, what your preferred chunk size is, and what the preferred chunk size is of the people that you're interacting with. So the second benefit of chunking is that oftentimes when people, human beings, have a problem, oftentimes the solution lies in the chunk size. Sometimes people are just getting far too caught up in the details and they can't see the forest for the trees. So they can't see the bigger picture. That's a common saying. And vice versa, there are some people they're only looking at the big picture and they just don't know what to do next because they can't chunk it down into what's the next step? What is it that I need to do next? And so being able to chunk up and down is a valuable skill in being able to solve problems for yourself and for other people that you're working with. A third benefit, and here's the special bonus, is it can help you unlock your internal genius. And I actually have some research to back this up. There's a man named Robert Dilts, and what he did is he went and he studied some of our greatest thinkers in history. So he studied Aristotle, he studied Einstein, he studied Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's Sherlock Holmes. That's a fictitious character, but he was a genius in those stories. And Sir Arthur Conan Doyle was pretty much a genius to be able to write about a genius, if you ask me. He also studied Mozart, he studied Walt Disney, and what he found that was so fascinating about chunking is that all of these people were able to chunk up and down very easily. They didn't get stuck. They were able to work with the information, the bigger picture of what they were working on, as well as what they needed to do next and what the finer details were. And subsequently, they could also start from the other way. They could start from the small details and work it up so that they understood what the purpose was and where they were going, why they were doing this. And so that was really valuable to them, and it was universal amongst them all. So it's a strategy of genius. And there was other things that he talked about in this book, but that was one of the things that I found really fascinating. I personally have used chunking with a lot of my clients. I can't tell you how many people where the solution that we found was just simply by helping them to either chunk it up or chunk it down. So how can you get really, really, really good at chunking? Well, if you're a beginner and this is you're new to NLP, the first thing that you can do is just to start becoming aware of your own preferred chunk size. So what level do you prefer to have information given? Do you prefer to have more detail? Do you prefer micro detail? Or do you prefer to have it more general? Do you like to have a more general idea or a bigger picture, and you just don't have time for all those little details? So find that out, and then you can start to notice it in other people. You can start to notice if your conversation's going well, if you guys have a different chunk size. Or maybe the person's not giving you enough information, or maybe they're giving you too much information, and the conversation's just not going well. So that's a good place for the beginners to start. If you're already an NLP practitioner or a master practitioner, the next step for you would be in application. So, what questions could you ask yourself or others to help them either chunk up or down? Because this will help you to be able to do what the geniuses do, which is to move easily up or down, start from the bottom, moving up, start from the top, moving down. And so what I want you to do is I want you to really use your own mind here and develop the pathways yourself. And what kinds of questions could you ask that would help somebody get either more detail, right, or understand where it is that they're going or what the bigger picture is. So think about that. And when you come up with those things, feel free to share those in the comments below. I'd love to hear what questions you come up with. We could start a conversation on it. That would be fantastic. Additionally, if you're already an NLP Cloud member, we talk about chunking throughout. NLP Cloud is the live recordings of our NLP practitioner training. And so you can get a lot of information on chunking in there. It's $27 a month. So if you'd like to, you can sign up for that, or if you already have it. I believe the video that deals directly on chunking is Day 2, How Did You Get Here? Video number 5. So you can check that out, or even better, you can join us on NLP practitioner training. We'd love to have you and teach you all about it and help you discover what your chunk size is and how to see that in other people. That's all the time that I have for today. I hope you like this video. Thanks for coming out. And I'll be sure also to post a link to the book that I was referring to by Robert Dilts, so that if you're interested in that, you can also get that. Okay, thanks again for coming out. Have a great day and happy chunking.